This One's Wife, mocked as ever. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. This One's Wife cannot stand to be mocked. This is because she has no sense of humour, and mocking threatens her need for control. When she's mocked, when she's ridiculed, when she has the piss taken out of her, it provides her with fuel because she's being spoken about. But it's a threat to her control because she wants to be taken seriously. Harry doesn't like to be mocked either. This isn't because he has an innate need for control, but rather because of his arrogance and the fact that when it comes to himself, his sense of humour goes missing. He does have a sense of humour, but is in short supply when it comes to him. He doesn't have much by way of self-deprecation. We have seen many instances of the Sussexes being mocked and ridiculed because they really are the grift that keeps on giving. There are so many things that they do, so many hypocrisies and contrarian behaviours that they engage in, so many fuck-ups that they cause, that they really do provide a wealth of material. You've seen it across mainstream media. The likes of writers such as Hilary Rose and The Times regularly poke satirical fun at the dubious duo. You have seen it across social media with individuals that create parody videos, and indeed your own glorious narrator has done so from time to time. There's the out-and-out Mickey taking in the comments section below the line and in comments to videos and on social media. We've also seen it in the likes of Family Guy and the excellent presentation that came from South Park. And it's also occurred again from Spitting Image. Those of you outside of the United Kingdom might not be familiar with Spitting Image, which is a long-standing programme. It'd been off air for some time, but it was resurrected recently. It was huge in the 80s, where on a Sunday evening, prior to the South Bank show, it would ridicule various celebrities, particularly politicians, taking the issues of the day and writing about them in a satirical fashion, often very much hitting it on the nose. Interestingly, it was rumoured to have been involved in the downfall of Margaret Thatcher, where the Conservative Party turned against her in 1990, and she was removed as leader and Prime Minister. There was one scene where she was dining, and she was asked what she would have, and I think she referenced having a bloody steak or such like, and then she was asked, what about the vegetables? And then she said, they'll have the same as me, because she was referring to her cabinet. Apparently, those members of the cabinet realised just how they were being viewed and how they were seen in relation to Margaret Thatcher and her view of them, that this was part of the reason why they rebelled against her. Now, it may well be apocryphal, but the fact is that Spitting Image does have the power to make particularly prudent points about those who are in positions of power, influence and fame. And it has done so with The Rest is Bullshit, which appears on YouTube. I can't provide you with the exact footage for copyright reasons, but it's worthwhile telling you what's included because it's another instance of the Sussexes being mocked. It's done like a podcast whereby Prince Harry appears alongside Paddington, the lovable bear from Peru, who appears to be a cocaine fiend. I'm not sure if this is a less than subtle dig at Harry in relation to a love of the old Colombian marching powder, but it shows the two of them as if they're presenting a podcast, and they make reference to various sketches, and throughout it, for instance, Musk is lampooned, Benjamin Netanyahu is mocked, the visit of Trump to King Charles is also, and throughout, as one of the presenters, Harry is mocked, but also This One's Wife. It opens with Harry saying, "Hello, and welcome to The Rest is Bullshit, with me, Prince Harry, just a regular fifth in line to the throne." And then Paddington speaks, "And me, Paddington, the lovable bear from Peru, who's first in line for the cocaine. Do I like to party? Do I shit in the woods?" Harry then states, On the show, Pads and I like to talk about the issues of the day that affect us all, like negotiating a third Netflix series or avenging a family member's murder, as well as offering our favourite life hacks, like making sure your bong is dishwasher safe. So if that takes the top off your egg, hit that like and subscribe button. Paddington states, don't forget to leave some batshit conspiracy theories in the comments below. Harry then states, but first, let's talk about our big issue of the day, immigration. As everyone knows, I am everyone's favourite immigrant to Paddington. I'm kind, considerate, and I do not wipe my ass on the curtains anymore. Harry then explains, but being an immigrant isn't easy. I know. I immigrated to America, and fitting in is hard. In the US, they call lifts elevators, and over there, I'm called a fanny. He then goes on to talk about the fact that he talks about how he had to escape the intrusive British media because it didn't pay as much as the intrusive US media, which is a nice little jab at Harry and this one's wife. There then are a couple of sketches which involve King Charles and Donald Trump, and then talking about Benjamin Netanyahu, and then it comes to this one's wife. And it's fantastic because it starts off, as you can see from the picture, without shame with Meghan. And she starts with, I'm Meghan Sussex and I'm a good person, which of course embodies what she always wants to tell everybody. And she goes on to state, and I'm meeting another good person today, the wonderful Ariana Grande. And then she comes on, and in the style of mocking her guests from that shitty show, Ariana Grande states, oh my God, Meghan, you're such a good person. Meghan replies, yes, that's why I'm going to talk to you like you're an idiot. For me, food isn't about eating, it's about spirituality. It's about making yourself vulnerable. Are you vulnerable? Ariana Grande responds, so vulnerable. That's great, says Meghan. So I'm preparing my guests some soul food that my British husband calls a packet of crisps. Can be a tricky dish to master, especially when a packet is being... And then she opens the crisps and they floor Ariana Grande. Meghan states, oh my God, you've been knocked down by the crisps. So vulnerable. I love it. Ariana Grande responds, I'm just down here holding space. And then Meghan states, and now the finishing touches, a flower, and those ubiquitous flower sprinkles are flung over the floored Ariana Grande before she turns and yells, Harry, get your limey ginger ass down here and clear this up. Then it cuts back to Harry saying Netflix really getting their money's worth there. Accordingly, they are ridiculed both in terms of Harry's presentation and lack of insight that he shows, and a short but entertaining piss take of this one's wife's programme. Naturally, if they happened across it, they won't be impressed because they're unable to laugh at themselves. And this type of programme demonstrates how they are held in contempt, that people ridicule and mock them, that Harry is seen as a dimwit and she's seen as a self-absorbed narcissist. And rather than recognise that this is how people see them and understand it, they both dismiss it. Harry because he's arrogant, and this one's wife by virtue of her narcissism. But once again, they're being mocked. Another programme that comes along and takes the piss out of them, because that is all they're fit for these days. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.